When should you rent your own dumpster in Boston? Renting a dumpster in Boston is often the best way to get rid of a large quantity of waste resulting from a home renovation or a 10-year clearing out of the garage and basement. You can avoid making multiple trips to a waste management facility by filling the dumpster gradually as you renovate your property, and then you have the provider retrieve and dispose of your waste quickly and responsibly. But wait, is this the only approach? It's important to know what other junk disposal choices are available before deciding to rent a dumpster. An alternative way to dispose of a large volume of waste is to call a junk removal company, which means not having to do any heavy lifting or have a dumpster take up street space. Both options have their pros and cons, and understanding them will help you decide when and if you should rent a dumpster. Dumpster rental versus junk removal. The overview. Dumpsters are perfect for getting rid of waste generated by re-landscaping, roof repairs, renovations, and large-scale cleanouts. But junk removal services cater to these needs as well. The main differences between the two services include cost, flexibility, ease of use, and load size. Deciding which is better depends on your situation. Boston dumpster rental prices depend on your location within the city, the size of dumpster you need, the required rental duration, any needed permits, and the company. Junk removal costs also depend on your location and the amount of waste you need to dispose, but you must also consider labor costs in this solution because laborers do all the legwork. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's always the most expensive option. You should also bear in mind the amount of waste and whether this junk is expected to accumulate over many days. For a quick breakdown, a dumpster rental is an ideal option if you expect to amass waste continuously as you undertake your renovation project. You'd like to save on the labor costs of handling a large volume of junk. You expect to have more than 15 cubic yards of waste. On the other hand, a junk removal service may be the better option if you'd prefer somebody else to do the heavy lifting. All your junk is in one place and ready to go. You won't accumulate much more as time goes on. You have less than 12 cubic yards of waste. You'd like the junk taken away from your property quickly. Below, we'll dive into the specifics of each waste removal option to help you figure out when you should rent a dumpster or consider the alternative. Option number 1, rent a dumpster in Boston. The process of renting a Boston dumpster is relatively straightforward. Number 1, call a dumpster rental company. Number 2, arrange a date for the drop-off. Number 3, fill the dumpster with junk. Number 4, have it collected. You will also need to obtain a permit for dumpsters that you expect to deposit in public space and decide which size container you require. Size. Like many large cities, Boston and its environs lack space. When renting a dumpster in Boston, remember that Junk King's mini dumpster rentals are the most convenient and affordable solutions for areas where a smaller footprint is needed. Our mini dumpsters stay on site for 3 days, during which time it is available for you to place whatever debris you have, outside of hazardous waste, of course. Price and permit. It's crucial to secure a permit before having your dumpster unloaded on your street, because you may incur a fine if you fail to do so. Permits in Boston have a base fee of $20, and the total cost is calculated based on how much space you intend to use, with the standard charge being $1 per square foot per month. It's also mandatory to buy at least 2 no parking signs at $4 each. Other factors, such as whether you need to occupy metered parking spaces, may come into play too. As a point of reference, a month-long permit could cost around $348, which is a good figure for budgeting purposes. Other considerations. Make sure the service you choose takes measures to prevent the dumpster from damaging your concrete driveway, as any required repairs only add to the total cost of the rental. Also, take weight limitations imposed on the dumpster seriously, because you will receive a fine if you go over. If in doubt, rent a slightly larger container than you think you require. Option number 2, junk removal in Boston. A waste removal truck usually accommodates 15 cubic yards, so if you need your waste retrieved in the space of a day, you might be limited to relatively small loads. The price depends on the location, the type and volume of junk, and labor costs. Fortunately, you don't have to think about as many factors with junk removal services as you do with dumpster rental because there's minimal chance of your driveway sustaining any damage. Trucks are usually only one size, and you won't require a permit. However, if you expect your renovation job to take over a week and you'll be accumulating waste as you go, a junk removal service may not be appropriate as they usually complete the task in the space of a day. The verdict. Renting a dumpster allows you to dispose of almost any junk besides household hazardous waste, and you can negotiate the required length of rental time and fill it gradually while renovating, spring cleaning, or landscaping. Plus, because dumpsters vary in size, you can choose the most appropriate one for the scale of the job. Junk removal companies will dispose of your waste without you having to do any lifting, and they will usually retrieve almost any category of trash. Plus, they usually finish the job in the space of a day and recycle a significant portion of what they collect. However, trucks typically come in only one size. If you need flexibility and want the most affordable way to dispose of a large volume of waste, renting a dumpster in Boston is likely your best option. However, if you have a smaller but still relatively large amount of waste in one place, would prefer not to do any heavy lifting, and want the trash gone quickly, hiring the junk removal service is the best way to go. Need a dumpster rental in Boston? Contact Junk King for advice. We're the flexible service you need for any kind of junk removal in the Boston area. Deciding between a dumpster rental or our full-service junk hauling? Tell our junk experts about the situation, and we can help you find the most cost-efficient and easy solution. Call us at 617-318-6888 or go ahead and book online now.